What's up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of my own playthrough here. We're in the midst of a coalition war that we declared directly, calling in our entire alliance with the exception of the Ottomans, who is no longer our ally because at the end of the previous episode he tried to call me in against Russia, which I really don't want to do. Yep. Kind of feels really bad, man. I was looking around and studying the situation here in between episodes, guys, and there's a couple things that I realized. One is, of course, Lubeck is fully stated up. And although we only have naval supplies here, which is not worth very much, we got, 10 development here, 10 production, and he's built a manufactory here. However, I realize he doesn't have a workshop, which is really dumb. Considering it's only 100 ducats, I'm going to go ahead and delete this, which gives us one force limit, and I'm going to invest in a workshop here. What? Somehow he had over the building's limit. We'd have a forward here as well. Obviously we need the marketplace, so I guess we'll get rid of the shipyard, which will actually put me over my naval force limit. That's a shame. We'll just be over for now. That's fine. See, as you can see, 100 ducats, easy investment there. Whereas Hamburg, he has got, a better amount. Let's put it that way. I imagine maybe the development's higher, so we could build up to this amount anyway, but he's got more buildings unlocked, is what I'm trying to say. It might have had something to do with this being his own capital, but I don't know how he had 2 additional buildings there. That's fine though. A little bit over on naval force limit, that's okay, as it will increase naturally going into the future. Now let's continue on with this war. There's a couple other things I had in mind, but that threw me off. I've actually lost my train of thought. Let's just continue on here. This episode we are projected to attack Russia ourselves. Yes, I was thinking about valid allies or potential allies. The obvious choice to me is Portugal, as Portugal is probably the strongest nation that we could reliably ally. It just occurred to me that if we diminish Austria more and more and more in size, Hungary would probably be rebellious. Would probably support his independence. But I'd want to gobble that up as he'd be vulnerable anyway. Yeah, I think Portugal is the way to go. The other option, of course, is Brittany. The advantage of doing Brittany as opposed to Portugal is he's so much closer that he's bound to hate us much, much sooner. So it'd be, he's weaker. I'm going to check them out here, the comparison. He's weaker, but he would flip, as opposed to being an ally, a friend, he would flip from being an enemy to an ally. You know what I'm saying? I think I actually like Brittany more. I'm going to go for Brittany. We can also kind of turn him against France, I would suggest. So let's continue on with things. Hey, Curlin loses 10 war exhaustion. Nice. So according to this, he should be at, we just paid him off. See, it's doing 5. I don't know why it says 10 and it does 5. Jeez, paying 3, that's the second time we've paid 350 ducats or so to reduce their war exhaustion by 5, but so be it. It's expensive, but so be it. Whatever. Definitely winning this war. We need to actually 100% our enemies here. So Cleves can be a separate piece, eh? Many of these guys are, well, some of them are in the coalition and some are not. I'm actually going to go for short truce time here, guys. Hopefully I want to keep my options open so that hopefully I can expand and take over all of Europe relatively quickly. we're going to be taking innovative ideas next, which might really make us suffer. You know what? Let's upgrade this Discipline Advisor to rank 2. He's not cheap or anything like that, but that's a good investment here. I need those military points at a faster rate, if possible. Get this last one completed, giving us the nice discipline and artillery combat ability, but I don't want to fall behind in tech too much, which we kind of are going to do. It's going to help alleviate that situation. And then, of course, as we go far ahead, we're going to have the option, because we probably will be far ahead in military, especially with this air on the horizon, there's going to be the option to both artillery barrage like crazy, but also it's going to give us the option to harsh treatment like crazy when the next age begins, the age of absolutism. Now, with that in mind, we're actually a very stable country. We're kind of hilariously stable for the most part, so I'm just laughing because it might work against us in that sense that we're actually so stable that we don't have that much stuff to harsh treat. But you can spend the military points on strengthening government as well, which boosts absolutism as well. So allies have taken that fort. Really looking forward to having some additional states available in the future, but it's going to be a whiles. We're a ways away. You know what? I completely forgot about this. I completely forgot. The Ottomans are inside of the Catholic League. Wow. Why? Because Russia's inside the Protestant League. I was thinking about joining that. I forgot last episode. But it would call in our enemies, like Great Britain, to the Catholic side. At this stage, considering the Ottomans are in there, we're best to sit on the outskirts, the outline, and just try to manipulate the situation. That is my opinion. So we might not benefit from the objectives next age, but what can you do? One of the objectives is to have a potential of a large army, which is 200,000 troops. We're currently about halfway there, it seems. So nobody is able to get onto Venice yet, but that's because of the fort. I'm wondering about the naval situation, if our allies will be proactive enough to allow us to cross over. I hope so, because Venice is sitting there with a huge fleet. So it seems everybody else is inside the coalition, but we're getting near 100%. That's good. Nice. Finished off that idea. Now, if we look at the policies, I don't like this one at all. And trust me, guys, this one is not very good. But I've worked it out here, and it's in the admin slot. I think we can afford to do it. It is free, and yeah, the prestige will benefit us. So we're going to get a 0.5 yearly prestige and -1 yearly prestige decay. Pretty weak policy, guys, for sure. But we're going to be taking advantage of the fact that it's free with the new features. Now, this siege is also taking forever. I'm going to go siege it down myself. Let a real man do a job, Milan. Okay, so Spain's up here, repping these lads. Coring up Poland. If only we could truly core it up, state it up. Don't have the states available. So this, he's being blocked currently from walking over. I wonder if he's smart enough to send a nice fleet around. We might be able to send our own fleet. It might be intimidating enough. But I'm interested to see if we can take these other two forts. Perhaps he will just peace out. Perhaps we can just take what I desired. I'm going to influence Curlin for 100. I'm trying to help him kind of prosper. And he's kind of in the best situation he's been in a long time, which is good. Good to see. Alright, Bohemia. Let's claim up his capital. And I think I'm going to have to actually liberate this dude in the meantime, this diplomat, to be able to utilize him. So currently the Mamelukes will back up the Russians, but not for long, I would say. Okay, Russia's at the same tick as us, thankfully. We've now completed our idea group, so we just need to tick up when we can. Alright, let's look at the peace offer. Now, where do I have claims here? It's pretty much just Lorraine. Oh, he would allow us to full annex them. Cool. Cool, so be it. They'll do just fine. How we look at with aggressive extension here. It's over. Oh, rip. I should have checked. I didn't think it would be over. Taking Protestant provinces like that. Rip. Rippity rip rip rip. Life's rough, lads. Life's rough. So, let's grab Brittany. Now, of course, if Great Britain joins coalition and declares on us, you have to keep in mind, guys, that he's mostly navy oriented. Like, he'll just slowly land his troops on the mainland. Let's walk out towards Russia. Yep. That's inevitable. Feels bad, man. Diplomacy's weaker with no Ottomans, and Great Britain's gonna join in here. Is he at war? He's not at war. Yeah, he's gonna join in here. Feels bad, man. They have no debt. Aha, I flip friendly. Nice. That makes things easy. There we go. Navy tradition's garbage. Do I want the 25 admin? The tradition or the admin, boys? It's only 25. I'm gonna go for the tradition there. Alright, now, here's the thing. If we declare on Russia, this coalition could genuinely fire, and that's nerve-wracking. It really is. I could try to go over my relation slots. Lol. This is the only available ally at the moment. I think I'm gonna do it anyway. I mean, we've been in this kind of situation before. I would just fight. Why would Austria back up Lithuania? That's weird. It's because, look at that, guys. That's interesting. Do you know why Austria would back up Lithuania if we attacked him? Because we're attacking somebody inside the Empire. He's not inside the Empire, we are. Our own self. That's why he would back him up if we just declared this. Like, no sea bead, our own subject. Austria would be fighting. Because we're inside the Empire and he's our subject. That's interesting. I bet you could probably create some kind of obscure exploit because of that. Okay, so the next tech improves cannons even more. Our manpower is doing fairly well. I'm gonna go ahead and hire some more cannons for each of our stacks. And yeah, this war. Let's use 1 stack to deal with Friesland. So we might have to fight a defensive coalition war here, guys. But the thing is, again, to reiterate, Great Britain is mostly... Well, you get the point. You get the point. It's scary. Especially because France outtakes us. It's scary. But there you go. Okay, so I'm allowing my... Oh, really? Little Italian dude joins in the coalition. I'm allowing my war exhaustion to just reduce a tiny amount. No, he got there. I'm hoping that the Ottomans take land over here, guys, as opposed to here. Because there might not be all that much core remaining for Lithuania to have. I'm thinking about this acquires subjects as well. We're going to integrate Lithuania, guys, so I'm wondering maybe I'll utilize that on Lithuania, as he will be fairly big. But either way. Let's go to war. That's the correct province, I suppose, considering the Ottomans are sieging this one down. He has not made his capital St. Petersburg, which from my experience the AI tends to do. Oh yeah, of course, I didn't consider their navy. Are we safe? I think we're safe to utilize our navy. Maybe I'm wrong. So he actually has many more troops than we do. Shoot. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize they have 6 heavies. Friesland himself. Wow. Rippity Reno. Let's hire an admiral here. A weak admiral, but... Yep. He's even utilizing his heavy ships to protect trade. Now, if we lose the odd naval unit, that's okay, we just lost 1. Because we're over our naval force limit. I thought we'd be able to blockade him there, but I was mistaken. I mean, we probably could overcome him, but it wouldn't be sort of objectively a good move. We'd kind of be counting on, like, you know, stealing some of his fleet or something like that. Okay, let's be smart about our next claims here, lads, because the truce is coming up with the Palatinate. That would call in Austria, though, so we might allow him to join the coalition. I think our next war will be Bohemia, assuming we're done with this war. Which I'm not sure we are or will be, and I don't think we can make another claim in that amount of time, but we'll try. We might not be done with this war, I'm sorry to say. By the time it's 1596 June. 1596 June. We'll have to find out. As we're going to be waiting most likely for the Ottomans to peace out because he's blocking me. So there's that. And then we are going to want to take a decent amount. I did manage to get ticking war score at least, so that our war score is ticking up throughout the course of that time. Bohemia's diplomacy looks pretty weak though. I might just go ahead and declare it as well, depending on how this war is going. That's an option that we have, is to just simply declare it regardless, even if we're fighting this war. Yeah, we're just going to go for this one fort at the moment as it happens, because I want to stay together. Okay, actually I'll go for Novgorod simultaneously. And again, this coalition could fire. They might be brave enough to do it. Unfortunately, we do not have the Ottomans to protect us any longer. It feels bad, man. But if we can ever find ourselves in peace, then I plan to ally Portugal as well. Siege speed is really nice here, it looks like. And we're not suffering too much manpower, too many manpower losses with our huge amount of mercenaries. Speaking of mercenaries, how many do we have available? 5. So we could max out our force limit now. Cool. That's good to see. Brittany. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. That is really worth celebrating, guys. Ulm dynasty on the throne of Brittany. Yes. That is better than some of you might realize, guys. Why? Because if we can PU Ulm, we can feed him all of France. And as he is a personal union, if he gets 1000 development, he will fully accept all of France. Yes, which means all of the French region is potentially just checked off the list there in terms of full acceptance. So we know we've got all of Germany. We currently have all of the Lithuanian or group, Baltic group. And we now potentially have all of the French group fully accepted. At this stage, we would need to personal union him in the future, but it was a blessing in disguise there, guys. Some people might think Brittany, that's fairly insignificant. Not for us. Not for us. Not for this game. Not for our goals and ambitions. We have the potential to PU Brittany this game. Excellent. Now, Smolensk is not currently being sieged. The Ottomans are not doing this as rapidly as I would like. That makes me a bit nervous, dude. Bohemia out-techs us. We're definitely going to catch up in military tech eventually. Given some time, we will catch up in military tech. There's no doubt in my mind. I think 2 stacks are enough to do the job. I'm going to have this stack prepped and ready, just in case I want to declare straight on Bohemia in June next year. Okay, so I will be giving these to Lithuania. Directly. So let's go ahead and make sure he has the occupation. That one is not Lithuanian core, feels bad, man. We're safe to army drill that, it seems. His enthusiasm is suffering, that's good. I'm thinking about this potential coalition war, guys. Do we still have a merchant here? We don't. This would definitely be worth building this marketplace if we had a merchant here. I'm not even 100% sure if we gain a merchant from global trade that he's going to be there anyway. I won't invest that 100 ducats just yet. Where's Ober? That's the Palatinate, right? Here. Iron in grasslands. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's stated up. Yeah. I'm going to build a workshop there and then a manufactory there. That's a good province to build. Once iron goes up in price, it's grassland, so it's easily developed. That's going to be a really nice province to do it. Do the dirty. Alright, let's go for his capital. That's got to be worth something, right? Our allies are doing a good job just generally sieging up land. So the other option that we have, guys, is to kind of just be content with what we're grabbing here, which is, you know, it's something. And then integrating Lithuania is definitely something. I mean, wrapping this war up quickly as opposed to, you know, as efficiently as possible. And the benefit to that, of course, would be that we're ready to go in, and this coalition is not going to continue to be so formidable because we'll keep nations like Bohemia out. So I'll consider piecing out here with what we can grab. Let's take out his capital though, so that the war score is more significant. I think we appear to be safe to protect trade in Lubeck. Let's do that. Production is so high, dude. Awesome. But we really have high, like, everything, really. Which is cool, and our trade is about to increase dramatically as we protect trade here. So how much does Denmark have in terms of control? 32%. We've got 15. It's going to be a while. We'll have them beat eventually, I'm quite sure, but it will be a while. 4 years before global trade spawns. I'm not going to tick up. There's no hurry. There's numerous things we can do with those Diplo points. Alright. Naturally, we have 25% reduced cost here, and Reconquest is 20% reduced, I think, or 25% reduced cost as well. So these are not too high development. They should be fairly cheap here, piecing out over them. Just trying to make sure that all the occupations are under Lithuania. This one is also a core. No. Okay, that's the core. Truce with Bohemia is in June. April, May, June. Come on. Okay, well, I failed at making an additional claim. If we get at peace now, I can ally Portugal. Yes, he's friendly. This won't give a good expansion for Portugal. Let's pull that back. We've got the alliance with him. We can ally Portugal and go over our relation slots, but we're doing fine in diplo points. And we can start the war here to keep him out of the coalition, and we would gain Prague at least, which is a decent amount of development. But I don't want to peace out just yet. I want these forts to fall. Right? He's only medium enthusiasm. So let's have a look here. I mean, that's hardly anything, guys. Okay, the obvious choice is to declare on Bohemia anyway. Oh no, he's the leader of the Protestant League. RIP. So we should do the same thing with the Palatinate, but that I was gonna say we should just declare anyway. The issue with the Palatinate, guys, is that this will be much harder. Oh, Austria and Spain are allied again. That's a good incentive to fight that war so that we can annul this alliance. We could allow Bohemia to just join the coalition. I don't have CB on Switzerland. Oh man, feels bad, man. We have to fight this war. Oh, jeez. Please siege this down. So I'm not in a position to fight it, but we do have to fight this war. We have to declare on the Palatinate. Okay. Fort level 4. Fort level 4. It's good defensible land at least while we... Nice! We took this capital. Lucky one time! Sweet, that's something. Well, that's better, you know, for sure. Alright, I forget what belongs to what. I think this belongs to... Ah, I'm confused now. I'm confused. How large are our stacks? 31. Okay, so they all belong to this here. Alright. Alright. Let's start walking back home. And maybe we're lucky here as well. Uh-oh, negative events. It's just money. That's fine. I don't like giving the burghers influence though, because they actually control so much of our land. Oh, I wish I already was moving out here because the garrison doesn't exist on that fort. Okay. As far as occupation of cores, we've done as much as we're able to do. So, come on, baby. Nope. No siege this time. So this is all one stack out here. There it is. There's no way that they won't join the coalition, lads. Shoot. Feels bad, man. Here we go. Keep them out. Right, so... pretty even forces we can see, but naturally our whole army is way out here, which is going to take months to get over there. Looks like we can tick up soon our military, because some of them are probably ahead of us. And otherwise, this will give us aggressive expansion. Let's continue improving relations with Portugal a bit to make sure we're good in that regard. Yeah, the coalition could fire on us, lads. The French and so on, you know. Ah, come on. I'm gonna peace out if I see Ruskies coming over here to kill me. I'm gonna peace out. Both Austria and Hungary are in military tech ahead of me. Crap. They're the only really significant nations, though. They're contributing most of the army there. I'm gonna merc up as well, but I'm just wait. There's no point right now. Let's just operate with the one stack. I'm waiting till more soldiers are nearby. I think increasing our strength will help intimidate. I mean, strength via force on it will help intimidate the coalition from firing as well. Sort of prevent it via them thinking we're too strong. Oh, come on. That's upsetting how long that one's taking. I don't want artillery barrage, so we're just gonna have to wait. Denmark's gonna jump into the coalition this year. I'll try to get a claim on him. Just in case I consider it worth my time to attack him. Got it on my bloody navy. Typical. Budgetmonk in a nutshell. Happens every time without question. Forget about the navy. Nice. Didn't lose anything though, luckily. It's pure skill. You guys know it was mathed, calculated beforehand. Without a doubt, right? Yeah, some would say that I'm at least the best naval admiral ever. Not me, of course, because I'm such a humble guy. But some people would definitely say that. Okay, waited another month there, his enthusiasm dropped, got that little last cheeky occupation, and it's peacetime. So let's see how much we can get. Again, we've granted him all of the claims we can, or the whatever, occupations. So that's not one. Alright, it looks like this is all we're going to get. 52, so we're looking at 51 would probably be ideal. They're all 52. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. It's probably a better way to, if I could just look at the war score, probably a better way to do what I'm doing. It looks like I can't find a 51. Dang it. Okay, let's be a little bit smarter about that. Each of these are worth, that's worth 4, this one. So this puts me at an odd number. No, it's worth 5. They're all worth 5. So that's 50. 51, there we go. Alright, that's the best offer we can make. Sorry guys. I thought it'd be a little bit easier to... What? 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 It didn't cost Diplo points? I didn't see the Diplo points go up. What? We didn't return the quota. What? I didn't see the Diplo point cost, so I assumed it was just a corn that we... Whatever. Might be dumb. It's no big deal. We'll give it to Lithuania anyway. He accepts that culture. We'll just hand it off to him once we find that peace. No revolt there just yet. It might have costed the smallest amount of Diplo points. Who cares? Who cares? Right. What we're going to do is hire some mercenary birds. Hire some canary birds to reinforce quickly. At the moment, they haven't been successful anywhere. We're going to be successful here. Armies coming into position. We got this. We got this, right? If only... Yeah. Uh-oh. If only something. No! I might not have access. Okay, let's remain exiled. Do that. If only something, guys. You guys know what I'm saying. Really good commentary, Monk. On point. If only we managed to be at peace in between situations, then we would have grabbed Portugal as a cheeky ally, which would make me feel a little bit safer than I currently do. Because currently, being involved in this war, we look vulnerable to the coalition, boys. That's the reality. Alright, Milan has tons of favors. Let's call him in. Savoy. Is there anyone else? The Papal State. Yes, please. The dream is real. It's going to help our situation. We now outnumber the enemy big time. So I have a prediction here, lads. I have a prediction that this episode's going to end here shortly with a declaration of the coalition war. And for the first time in a while, I'm going to be basically pooping my pants. And yeah, that's going to be it. Now, what's Hungary's prestige look like? Oh, Austria's is high as well. So, will they make it in here? No, they won't. Nobody's going to make it in here to help Hungary. He's done. Yep. despite the fact that we have Force March available, which I was not aware of, because I'm being a noob, I'm overwhelmed. I didn't take Force March into account. It actually looked like Hungary would make it in, but he was afraid of it piling up, it seems. God, Lithuania's capital falling really quick there. Alright, everybody's got Force March available now. Let's keep that in mind. Denmark joins the coalition. I lost my canary bird here. Let's hire another one. So we're definitely winning this. What's Milan? Milan's behind in tech as well, you noob. But he's going in on our capital. Doesn't reach him. Alright. Alright. Let's go take out Holland, I suppose. I'm going to call Savoyan. We gain favors with him pretty quickly anyway. Let's see if we can make it here before that siege down. Unlikely, but maybe we're lucky one time. Oh, lucky one time. Can we make it there before he ticks again? Yet to be determined. Damn, Hungary's got a good general. So we need, yeah, let's separate peace Austria. Let's go for Vienna. Come on, let's help them out here. Yep, they're abandoning ship. Easy, easy. Let's go for Vienna. Separate peace Austria, and we're going for the full annexation of the Palatinate here. We're pretty much fully committing, for those of you who don't realize. At this stage, we're pretty much fully committing to aggressive expansion, and our allies are kind of acting as a deterrent. Now, this Spinux is so slow. This is so painful. A part of me wishes that I had diplomatic ideas instead of influence. But, you know, the aggressive expansion from influence is huge. And also the policy. The policy we could have put on the back burner without a doubt. But I wanted it ultimately from influence. I'm going to abandon that and actually improve relations with the Papal State, guys. Because this Papal State is probably going to abandon our alliance after we get this. Keep in mind we got plus 20 relations from being at war, so we'll lose that, and then we'll take aggressive expansion hit on him. If he drops a negative, then we're, you know, we don't want that, do we? So I'm going to improve relations with him to make sure he's our friend. Austria managed to take this siege. How rude. Alright, so we're currently working on his capital. Denmark's in. Coalition grows, lads. Jeez. We're using the same kind of approach, right? Whack-a-mole some dudes. Now, we got in and out of this war, and the Ottomans are going on and on and on. In fact, we didn't even engage the Russians at all. What kind of ideas are here? Offensive. Offensive. Maybe the Russians are putting up a bit of a fight there against the Ottomans. That would be cool if that was the case. Giving them a bit of a headache. Not going down without a fight. Alright. Let's use all 3 of our stacks to go participate in the same war. And I'm feeling like, yeah, this one's not an issue. It's the potential upcoming war, defensive war, which has got me a little bit stressed out here. Now, I know I talk about how I'm concerned about truce time, but I'm thinking about creating different peace offers and creating different truce times so that they come up at different times, so we have the options to attack them directly and pull those different dudes out of the coalition. So that was about 75% war score, and this one's going to be 100% effectively, but it's also going to wrap up later at a later date. Nice. We can take military points. I need to roll this to get enough. Taken up for -5. That will help intimidate our enemies that we're not behind in tech. Let's look at these cannons really quick. Oh yeah. They're decent finally. Finally getting to a point that they're decent. Now how did we roll on the 40 tradition? Terribly. We rolled terribly. Let's go blockade Holland. It might make the difference between that falling more quickly. Oh, this siege is not continuing while we fight this war. It's a shame, but what can you do? Relations should be high enough with the Papal State now. That actually fell when it had very low chance to fall. Thank you for that, game. It fell at 7%, I think. Lucky one time, lads. Lucky one time. And on that note, see, I was kind of holding my breath a bit here, guys. Expecting the worst, but on that note, we're going to go ahead and end the episode. I thought that actually this would fire here. I don't know, maybe they're a little bit more intimidated than they seem. We're going to benefit from this war, guys, for sure. I actually officially have all of the territory. We have Königsberg already, so we don't require Alsace, but we do require that to form Germany. And that's on the horizon, so that's going to be our worst case scenario, our out of the HRE. Worst case scenario out will be that we form Germany and then we are out. We did, of course, get the same dynasty as Brittany, which really bodes well for the potential. So I'm really glad I did end up allying him in hindsight, and I'm going to probably value him more than anyone else, with the exception of Spain maybe, just because Spain's protecting us. In terms of the sense that we're not going to abandon him anytime soon. Yeah, maybe they're a little bit more intimidated by me. Of course, we seem somewhat vulnerable while we fight this war, but if we can drop Vienna and get him out, this war is pretty much wrapped up. And like I just said, we do benefit from this war. We are actually going to be taking some land. I'm going to hand this off to Lithuania, and believe it or not, guys, I'm actually going to consider integrating Lithuania. I mean, I really value him for his CB just because we don't have good CBs. We don't have Deus Vult, so I might keep him around, actually. But looks like the Ottomans have... Oh, yeah. Timurids are not a complete pushover. The Ottomans actually have good diplomacy, considering that they're so strong and they often don't. So that's a little bit annoying, because I can definitely see a rivalry and war towards the Ottomans on the horizon without a doubt. Hopefully the Spanish will help us if the Mamluks continue to decline and become an invalid rival for the Spanish. The Ottomans are the obvious choice. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for the future. See you then.